Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at some of the new Blood Bowl miniatures getting released alongside the Blood Bowl Spike Almanac, Rowana Forestfoot and Rashnak Backstabber. So first of all, I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us these early review copies to have a look at on the site. In this video what we're going to do is have a look at the kits, see how they go together, what comes inside, and check out their rules, see what they do in a game of Blood Bowl. And then in the second half of the video, we will have these built and painted to see what they look like in the flesh. And like I said, this does come out alongside the new Spike Almanac, which collates together all of the Spike magazines that have been released this year, alongside a couple of bits of new content. So if you are interested in that, I do have a full write-up of that over on spruesandbrews.com as well. So yeah, if you check that out if you are interested. We get these every year, and basically it just kind of compiles all of the all of the new stuff that we've had in the Spike magazines each year. So it's a nice way of getting all that content in one book if you haven't picked up the individual volumes. But yeah, without further ado, should we have a look at these characters? So obviously we've had the gnomes, we've had the vampires this year, and the Chaos Dwarfs off the top of my head. And these are a couple of the missing characters that didn't yet have models. They're getting released alongside this wave. So we'll have a look at Rashnak Backstabber first. He's the kind of missing one out of the Chaos Dwarf star players. A particularly sneaky looking hobgoblin. So let's crack this open and have a look what is inside and take a look at his rules. Now, on the last few kits that we've looked at, there's not actually been any assembly instructions on here. I do believe we still get the rules for using them, but yeah, just like the other ones, we don't get the assembly instructions, which is a shame. I mean, you can work it out looking at the images, but I always quite liked that the Forge World kits did have the assembly instructions, because they are a little bit more complex than other models you might have built if you've just built plastic models in the past. Interestingly, I don't think there's any information about actually cleaning the models on here as well. So if you are picking this up for the first time, you are going to need super glue to stick them together. Also, what you're going to want to do is give them a wash in soapy water first. The way these are produced with kind of moulds is that there'll be a release agent to help them pop out of that mould. That release agent, if it stays on the model, will resist paint and paint won't stick to it. So it's always good to give these a good wash in soapy water. Just little pots, put some washing up liquid in there, pop the model in, for half an hour or so, give it a bit of a scrub with a toothbrush and that'll be absolutely fine. But if you don't do that, you do run the risk of paint not adhering correctly, and that can be a pain later on when you're painting it. So yeah, let's have a quick look at him. So Rashnak Backstabber is 130,000 gold, plays for Badlands Brawl, Loner, Shadowing, Sidestep, Sneaky Git and Stab. His special rule is Toxic Connoisseur. Once per game, when Rashnak successfully breaks an opposition player armour as a result of a stab special action, you can apply additional +1 modifier to the injury roll. This modifier may be applied after the roll has been made. So that's quite good if you particularly want to take someone down. The fact that you don't have to declare it before you make the roll as well makes him quite good. And for 130 grand, he's not the most expensive star player either, so nice little option there for you. And have a quick look at the bits of the kit. Again, we'll see this properly in the second half of the video once he is kind of built and painted. But yeah, this looks like a fun one to do. I'll follow the same scheme that I used on my other hobgoblins. If you have seen the Chaos Dwarf unboxing video, he's green and black mostly, isn't he? So it's not too of a complex one to paint, and again, there's not too many parts, so while there's no assembly instructions, I don't think this guy is going to be too difficult to build. The other kit that we've got is a little bit more complex, so it's Rowana Forestfoot on her deer with various woodland animals hanging around on top of it. This is one I'm looking forward to checking out, because it's just a really fun model, isn't it? So again, if we just have a quick look at her rules first, if we get this out of the blister. And again, we do actually have assembly instructions on this one. That is good. I was a little bit worried that this one wouldn't, because obviously it's a little bit more complex and it's got some more parts on it. So I am glad that they are included on that one. And then hair rules as well. She is 160,000. She plays for the Halfling Thimble Cup. So skills and traits, you've got dodge, jump off, guard, horns, jump up, leap and loner. And then with their bounding leap special rule, once per game, after declaring that she will leap, but before rolling any dice, Rowana may choose to use the special rule. If she does, Rowana suffers no negative modifiers for the agility test to leap and may choose to re-roll the result. So that's pretty good as well. Again, maybe not the most powerful star players that we've seen, but certainly fun ones. And again, we'll have a quick look at the parts, but we'll look at this in a bit more detail when we've got this assembled, because we've got a few little bits on this one, so it's going to be a little bit fiddly to show you what it looks like. She doesn't look like a massive model either. Obviously she's just a halfling, so is only a little one. I believe she can play for the gnomes as well, off the top of my head. I can't remember who's in the Halfling Thimble Cup, but I think it is all the short stuff. But yeah, really, really nice model. Again, if you do build any models like this, just be careful of all the little parts and don't lose any. Again, just give it that good clean in soapy water first as well, to make sure that you've got all the release agent off, otherwise that may cause issues when you come in to build it. But yeah, let's look at the kit. So what we're going to do now is jump ahead to the future, where I've got these built and painted, and we'll see what they look like in the flesh. So let's have a look at the finished models. I've been painting these up over the last week or so, and they are really, really fun models to work on. So we've got Rowana here. I think I misidentified her as a halfling earlier in the episode. She is, of course, a gnome, and yeah, she's a lot smaller than I thought she'd be. She's on a 32mm base. Her kind of stag fits in that nicely, and then she's got various animals all over her. I quite like, she's got like birds with, like, there's one there with a red and yellow card like a referee. The one at the front there, you can't really make it out, but it's got a scarf on. Obviously it's a supporter. And then yeah, she looks really, really cool as well. So really enjoyed working on her. She was a fun one to do. Based them to match my existing gnome team as well. So she'll probably be seeing some play with those when we get some games of Blood Bowl going in the new year. The other character is Rashnak, I think he's called, the Backstabber. And again, very, very nice model. Classic, like, hobgoblin assassin. A bit more gangly than a goblin. And he's armed with his poison blades. Again, I painted him in a similar style to the ones that I did for the Chaos Dwarves. And again, based in the same way as well. Just so it all matches the existing force. But yeah, really, really enjoyed working on these. Now, there are a number of different star players up for pre-order today. Games Workshop just sent over these two, but there's a lot of guys that are in the new book that are all available today. We do have a full review of the Spike Almanac 2024 over on spruesandbrews.com, so if you're interested in seeing what's in there, then yeah, make sure you check that out over on spruesandbrews.com. Now, that is a compilation book, really, of the last three Spike Almanacs. So the Vampires one's in there, the Gnome one's in there, and the Chaos Dwarf one. So you get those three Spike journals in their full kind of completion in that hardback book. And then the last part of the book has, I can't remember off the top of my head, I think there's about 8 new star players. A lot of them can be taken in elven teams. There's lots of elf love in there, but yeah, lots of cool stuff in there. And then there is Chaos Cup rules, which is basically, you start with 1.2 million, and there's lots of Chaos themed like upgrades and inducements you can have, along with a few, you know, Chaos flavoured kick-off tables and weather tables and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really cool. Like I say, we've got the full write-up of that over on the website, so if you are interested, check it out. But that was our look at the new star players for Blood Bowl. I do wonder if we'll be getting a new core game at some point. The current second season edition's been out for a couple of years now, and a lot of Games Workshop's games are on a 3-year kind of rotation. So it wouldn't surprise me if we did get a new edition of Blood Bowl soon. The teams have been a bit slower in the last few years as well getting released, probably due to all the love that, you know, Old World and Horus Heresy has been getting, along with Necromunda been getting quite a lot of releases too. So I think we're probably due some Blood Bowl love in 2025 as well. But yeah, until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.